Recent surveys have shown Colorado to be the #1 state most desired to move to. With that being said, here are the 10 things you need to know about moving to Denver, Colorado.
Hey guys, welcome to Living in Denver, Colorado. I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes. We are a couple of local Denver real estate brokers, and if this is your first time visiting our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell to be notified of every video we post. We dive into everything there is about living in Denver and the surrounding areas.
That being said, we know we want to get right to it. So here are the 10 things you need to know about moving to Denver, Colorado. Oh, stick around. I bet you can't guess what #1 is.
Number 10, the direction your home faces really matters.
Especially if that home faces north. Reason why is for whatever hemispheric reason you have. If your home faces north, you're gonna get a shit ton of snow on your balcony or your driveway or your porch, whatever that may be. You don't get that much sunlight on the north-facing homes.
Meanwhile, your south-facing neighbors, the snow has melted off their driveway by the afternoon.
Wow.
And number 9, guys, there are a ton of sports out here in Colorado. I don't know anything about sports, so I'm gonna kick that off to my partner, Will.
Main thing you guys need to realize is Denver, Colorado, huge Denver Bronco fans. We are growing some Nugget fans and some Colorado Rocky fans, but mostly it's the culture behind the Denver Broncos football team. So whether you are for the Broncos or if you're against the Broncos, either way, you're gonna have a blast either giving those fans a hard time or cheering along with some local fans and having a great time. If you haven't been to the stadium and felt that type of atmosphere with those type of fans, you definitely gotta go. Number 8. Beer and food trucks. Believe it or not, Denver, Colorado has 10% of the entire country's craft breweries here. I'm not a big beer guy. This guy is, so I'm gonna kick it over to him.
Oh, really? I'm not even that big of a beer guy.
He's a beer guy.
Denver is pretty much known for having the Coors Brewing Facility, which is going to be leaving Golden, Colorado. It's been there forever, so that's a pretty big deal. But like Will said, there are a ton of craft and local beer companies here. I mean, shoot. Every one of your neighbors is probably gonna have a brewing station in their basement.
Especially in the Rhino District.
Yeah.
You guys have not seen Rhino District, huge. But what's really fun about that whole atmosphere is the unique, different style of food trucks that pull around and deliver different types of food for those atmospheres. So if you love a variety of food, cultured food, if that's something that's your forte, you're gonna love the different variety here in Denver. Number 7, the Rocky Mountains. Whether it's winter, fall, spring, summer, Colorado is a very year-round state as far as activity. Believe it or not, we have more sunny days than Florida. So if snow comes, snow doesn't stay long, believe it or not, at least down here below the mountains. So whether you're skiing up in the mountains or you wanna go hike or do different things, the Rocky Mountains are the place to be year-round.
Yeah, there's a ton of quick vacations that are an hour and a half away, and if you don't ski or snowboard, chances are if you move here, it's not gonna be long before you do, or at least get up to the mountain to hit some mountain biking, some trails, or even just to
go fish,
get
the
away
lake,
with the family.
Ton of different stuff, definitely a big deal.
Now when you guys are going up to the mountain, something to keep in mind, a lot of new people coming to Colorado don't realize this, but Denver is already a mile high, 5280, 5,280 feet, that's your mile. When you're going up into the mountains, you're almost doubling that in some places. So definitely make sure to hydrate, take your time on hikes, and listen to your wife when she tells you to sit down and take a little break.
Oh, his point at me when he says listen to wife. Bottom line, even when you're in Denver, Colorado, your workouts, your jogs, whatever it may be, it's gonna take time to get acclimated to that type of altitude. This is before you even hit those mountain peaks. So make sure that you guys give yourself time and you hydrate.
So number 6, guys, ties into the state being one of the most desirable to live in. Colorado is also one of the fittest states, and specifically Denver, one of the fittest cities that's out there.
Correct. Expand your brain a little bit on this one. It's not just about being shredded or going to the gym. There are so many different outdoor parks, recreation centers, mountains, a lot of different things that you guys can do here. So whether it's yoga, Pilates, hitting the gym, going for a run, getting into bikes, everything is a big deal in Denver, Colorado when it comes to health and fitness.
And like Will said earlier, with us having more sunny days than Florida, you guys want to make sure you're getting outside and you're enjoying that Colorado weather, the sunny days, the hikes, the bikes, all the good stuff we have to offer.
Another thing to add to that, guys, is there's a lot of just friendly Facebook groups as far as dogs, bike riding, Pilates, yoga. There are different friend groups that you guys could actually dive into and meet people locally here in Denver that share some interests that you have that can introduce you to people and get you outside and get you having fun through social media and through fitness. So big deal. Number 5, a little redundant, but kind of falls in trace with everything we've been talking about, but winters, definitely heavy, but they're easy. Let us explain.
So guys, when we have a snowstorm in Colorado, I don't know that I've ever seen a lot of snow sit on the ground longer than a week. Most of it is usually gone in 2 to 3 days.
With that being said, because of the sunny weather, we also have great public service out here that definitely plows the streets, even down to residential areas. So if it's staying for a bit, it's getting plowed, the sun's coming out, it's getting melted. It's not a huge issue. I guess compared to other Midwest states or other northern states where it tends to stick around for a while, you're not gonna have that here. So weather's snows, the weather's heavy, it doesn't stay long. You can still have fun, you can sit out, you can still commute to work if you have to.
I would say after a snowstorm, you will see just as many people wearing Crocs and cargo shorts as you will wearing jeans and snow boots.
We don't condone that, but you'll see it.
Yes, you do. All right, now, number 4.
20,
Weed.
marijuana.
There's a lot of it here in Colorado.
For the most part, from our lens, from what we can speak to, most people that are using it, probably not what you look like when you see typical movies of how high or whatever it may be. It's just a lot of recreational use where young professionals that do work hard and exercise hard and are actually productive citizens of society tend to use it recreationally. With us being in real estate, we're around a ton. We don't smell a ton of it. It's not like somewhere in Denver where all you smell is marijuana. Every once in a while, we might show a home or show a townhome or a condo where maybe the neighbor has a little and you can smell it. But out of all the several hundred deals in real estate we've done in the past couple of years, I think maybe twice we've smelt it. So it's definitely not as big of a deal as people might think as far as a deterrence for you. If you're not into that stuff, it's not something you really have to deal with when you live in Denver.
Yeah, it's definitely not intrusive. And one thing that I do like about Colorado is they generally try and consolidate most of the shops to a couple different areas. Like for example, lower Denver, Lodo, you see a few shops on the street, but they're all very aesthetic looking. They look really good. And then also South Broadway. Broadway is a primary drag in Colorado, runs through many cities. And South Broadway, they call it Broadsterdam, is the nickname for it. Rightfully so. It is weed shop, weed shop, weed shop, weed shop, all the way down South Broadway. But again, it's all consolidated in that one area. So if you're going to South Broadway, you know what you're gonna find.
Well, thanks, Eli. If you guys need a weed man, we know where to find it. Super ironic, because I used to be a cop. So if you need to know any law behind marijuana, please ask me. If you need to meet a weed man, number 4, hit up your boy Eli.
Hey, we're brokers, we do it all. All right, and number 3, one of my personal favorites, Red Rocks. I'm sure if you guys are into music at all, you've heard of Red Rocks Amphitheater. It is voted the #1 best music venue in the country.
They also open it to the public when they're not doing concerts or different shows or different fitness expos. You can actually go there and get a phenomenal workout. There's hikes that surround that area. If you have not looked it up, us trying to throw something on the screen right now would not do it any justice. Please look that up. A strong number 3, but one of the most desired places in Colorado to go with whatever you guys want to do as far as activities. All right, guys, number 2. Traffic. Pretty boring. Why do we save it so long in the video? It's definitely important when it comes to commute. Believe it or not, Denver, Colorado, and the surrounding suburbs, Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, there's a lot of technology and a lot of roadway getting added. So is traffic a little heavy right now? Absolutely, despite what it looks like behind us right now. However, they are definitely changing with the times. They should be temporary. It looks like the expansions are catching up with some of the growth.
And a lot of locals, if you guys are talking to anyone local, they're gonna complain about the traffic, but I always like to keep it in perspective. When you're comparing our traffic to a lot of other major cities around the country, it's not that bad. If you're heading north toward Denver from the suburbs around 3 o'clock, it starts getting pretty heavy. Same if you're heading from up north down to Denver. But outside of that, rush hour is not too bad.
If you live in Denver, public transportation is phenomenal. If you do not, if you live in the suburbs or the outskirts of Denver, what I like is you don't have to jump on a highway to get into or out of Denver. There are 1,000 different ways to get in and get out. Unlike places like Southern California, if you're not hopping on the I-5, you can't go anywhere. That's definitely not the case here in Colorado. You've got 1,000 different ways to get in and get out. Still some traffic, but not as bad as you might think. All right, finally, guys, I wonder if you guys got it right, but number 1, the number 1 thing you need to know when moving to Denver, Colorado.
We love our dogs.
Dogs!
We love them.
How could you forget them? If you're not a dog person, do not come here.
100%, 100%.
But in all seriousness, there are local bar and grills that are literally creating dog-friendly inside and outside areas. So you can bring your animal while you're eating and having fun with your friends and socializing. Dogs now have a seat at the table.
I would say most local businesses, even like restaurants, bars, the major stores, it's not unusual to see someone walking a dog around inside. Again, if you're in Colorado and you hate dogs, just don't come here.
Now, one requirement, a little etiquette: if you're taking your dog off leash to some state park, or if you're going to a local dog park, make sure your doggy is on his best behavior. All right, guys, there it is. The 10 things you need to know before moving to Denver. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If it brought you value and you'd like to know more things about Colorado, definitely hit that subscribe button. Let your friends know. If there's anything that you guys need from us, that phone number that keeps popping up in these videos or those emails, please reach out directly. We would love to help you guys.
We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.